мною принято решение о проведении специальной военной операции.
It's the 24th of February. Russia has launched a full-scale assault on Ukraine, hoping to give its president a showcase victory. However, Vladimir Putin has apparently underestimated the adversary, as Ukrainian defenders drive the invaders out of Kharkiv. Now, 100 days into the war, the world is having to deal with gut-wrenching scenes of civilian corpses on Bucha streets, a blown-up theater in Mariupol, chaos at the train stations. These images offer just a glimpse of Europe's worst armed conflict in decades. Here's a look at some numbers that shed further light on the havoc wrought by the war. The human toll. Nobody really knows how many combatants or civilians have died. However, Zelensky claims tens of thousands of Ukrainian civilians have died so far. In Mariupol alone, officials have reported over 21,000 civilian deaths. Russia's last publicly released figures for its own forces state that 1,351 soldiers had been killed and 3,825 wounded. The devastation. The war has reduced large swathes of many cities to rubble. Ukraine says Russia's military has destroyed nearly 38,000 residential buildings, 1,900 educational facilities, 500 factories, and hundreds of hospitals. Fleeing home. The UN Refugee Agency estimates that 6.8 million people have been driven out of Ukraine. Land seized. Ukraine says that before the invasion, Russia controlled 7% of its territory, including Crimea. It now holds 20%. The economic fallout in Russia and Ukraine. Russia currently faces over 5,000 targeted sanctions. Some $300 billion of Russian gold and foreign exchange reserves in the West have been frozen. 35% of Ukraine's GDP has been eroded, and it has been unable to export 22 million tons of grain. Damage to the world? The war has driven up the cost of basic goods, fueling inflationary trends that existed before the invasion. Visit business-standard.com for the details.